What is going on, guys? My name is Haxus Bloodbane, and I'm here with another round of just updates for the week and Warcraft 2. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed doing this. The only problem was last week I did have a video done, but the Wi-Fi at my house is so bad that it took 8 hours to upload, and we had people over that weekend, so I had to shut it off. I had to, just scrap the entire thing. It kind of sucked, so I'm just reusing the footage I filmed for that, and I guess I just missed a week. That's probably going to happen until I'm back out at school where the Wi-Fi is nice again, but what can you do, really? I don't really know, but hey, I'm here with another update for this week, which is June 17th to June 11th to the 17th. We actually have a lot more this week than last time. There are episodes throughout the week. I think a lot of shows are trying to push their end. I'm going to point specifically to Clarence and Uncle Grandpa. They are clearly trying to push towards their end, while The Loud House is clearly trying to build up enough of a schedule where it can rerun healthily and not really bore its audience. So, yeah, this week we start on Sunday again with Powerpuff Girls 2016. We have Muscle Cup, which is feeling inadequate as a superhero. Buttercup bulks up, which is exceptionally vague, and knowing this show, it's probably not going to be good at all, so what can you do? But that's it for Sunday, honestly. Sunday, I don't know why they air Powerpuff Girl reboot episodes there. It's kind of just pushed to the side, they don't really want to deal with it, but hey, I don't think many people like it, so you can't really blame them. We also have, on Monday, we have a lot more. We have American Dad, Julia Roberts, which is Roger runs off in a disguise as Julia Roberts' character to a small town after Stan hurts his feelings. Meanwhile, Steve plans a meeting, and he finds out that Jeff and Barry have never met. American Dad is just nearing the end of its season. It's kind of the last adult-oriented show on right now until Rick and Morty premieres. So I guess just random episodes, honestly. It's not really anything special here. American Dad is kind of much more of an episodic show than something like Rick and Morty, which really pays attention to continuity. Also that day we have Clarence Karate Mom, which I mentioned in my other video, but it's here again. I guess it just hasn't aired. Cartoon Network shifts around the schedule sometimes. I have no control over that when I have to film these in advance. So, after surprising Clarence with martial arts classes at the Aber Dojo, Mary gets talked into joining the class herself. She loves the slow-paced lessons and discipline and control, but Clarence just wants to have fun and kick butt. Clarence I've never honestly watched. I don't really have any interest in doing that, so if you watch it, there's an episode, but you're probably like me and probably really don't care. We also have the Loud House that day back out there, which is Clyde is worried that Lincoln is hung up on Ronnie Ann, so he decides to cure him. Now, I don't get episodes the moment they air, so I'm not sure what this means. I'm actually in a hiatus with the Loud House since I am in Canada, and I honestly don't get much. I don't know, there's no build up to anything. I just kind of have to sit there and wait. That's basically what happens with me. I actually only just got the first part of the Steven Universe Wanted special, which is that's annoying. You should see it. I have to burn the internet to avoid spoilers. But I've done a pretty good job so far, but I'm not sure if this relates to that the Loudest Mission episode or not, or if there's something else. The Loud House, although it's an episodic show, it does have a certain degree of continuity, so this could be hanging on that. It could not. Who knows? After that, we have Uncle Grandpa More Director's Shorts, which is no description. When a show doesn't really have a description for its episode, I usually think it's probably not going to air that week. Or it could just not be important. I don't know. I don't watch Uncle Grandpa either, although I did hear that the third season is a lot better than the other two seasons. Well, fifth season, blah. But hey, if they're improving, I can't really find fault with them. So Uncle Grandpa just premieres that day. But that's it for Monday. Monday is usually a big premiere night, but strangely this week we do get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday premieres. So starting on Tuesday we have Clarence. Clarence loves Shoopy. Clarence helps Mrs. Shoop make friends. Once again, I do not watch Clarence, so I do not know what this could be about. Then we have the Loud House Fool's Paradise, which the Loud family believes they are safe from pranks on April Fool's Day because prankster Luann is away at camp. I'm curious as to why this isn't airing on April Fool's Day, like, at all. It's an April Fool's Day episode, but it's not airing. It's weird. I don't know. We also have Uncle Grandpa Cartoon Fancy, which Uncle Grandpa visits the cartoon factory to get some answers about his roots. When I hear the name of that and the description, I can't help but think this is a great way to just break the fourth wall. That's all I can think here, is that it would be a fun episode to break the fourth wall with, but hey. Uncle Grandpa I've never really watched. I've seen snippets here, I've seen clips. I don't know, could be great. I like it when cartoon characters know they're in a cartoon, and I think that's a perfect example of it, so. But that is it for Tuesday. On Wednesday we have Clarence Public Radio. After listening to a public radio broadcast during class, Clarence is inspired to record a radio interview of his own featuring his buddy Sumo. Once again, no clue what that means. The Loud House, Potty Mouth. The kids hear Lily curse and are afraid that they are a bad influence on her. Therefore, they want to change her behavior for the future. So, with this, when I hear that there's cursing, there's either going to be some made up curse word, or they're going to blur it out. Like, I know the Loud House used a loud guitar riff once, so they might be doing that again, or they could get creative with it and do what they did in SpongeBob, where they had the sailor noises, where it was just like a dolphin noise and stuff like that. I'm not sure how this will turn out, but it sounds entertaining, at least. The Loud House is a really good show. It deserves all the praise it gets. And yeah, the plot sounds interesting, especially considering, like, I don't know, are they gonna keep the kids the same age all the time in that show? That's one thing I'm curious about. Are we gonna see, like, characters grow up and go to university or move out and stuff like that? Are we gonna see anything like that? I don't know. So Loud House is kind of in that period where it's either going to be their kids forever, or they're going to be just waiting. Okay, and on that day we also have Uncle Grandpa, What's the Big Idea? Pete, Steve, and Mr. Gus tried to help Uncle Grandpa get an idea. Don't watch Uncle Grandpa, and the most I know of it is the Steven Universe crossover, which most people know that's one of the worst episodes of Steven Universe, but I find it entertaining. I don't know. Some people just have the ability to like certain things while others don't. But that's all for Wednesday. On Thursday we have Clarence, Chad, and the Marathon. No description for this, so I don't know if it's even airing this week. We also have The Loud House, L is for Love. A love letter addressed to L Loud appears at the house, and the family must find out who it is addressed to. Once again with The Loud House, this is an episode that just takes advantage of things that are just well known in the show. They all have the same initials. They've done gags with it before, but this is an entire plot based on that joke. So I can't help but think, this could be really fun. This could this could devolve into either a predictable plot where the one character you wouldn't expect, like Lucy or someone, ends up being the one it's written to, or it could be for their parents, or it could be, I don't know. The thing about it is, you never know if something's going to be as good as the description comes. Loud House, I think, has had poor episodes. Never anything bad, but it has had less than perfect episodes. It is capable of making a subpar episode, so there is a worry that any episode can turn out to be a mess. Also that day we have Uncle Grandpa, Chess Master Steve, which Pizza Steve tries to go to great lengths in order to beat Mr. Gus at a game of chess. I don't know. Once again, don't watch Uncle Grandpa. They're just spamming that show. That and Clarence. I feel like they're trying to rush them to their finales so they can make room for OKKO and I don't know, what's the other one? Apple and Onion, I think, is the other one. Yeah, like I think they're just trying to rush to finales there. But we also have Friday premieres as well. Friday is usually when Cartoon Network likes to drop its episodes. It's where you usually get the 2 episodes of Steven Universe and a bomb. So here we have Teen Titans Go brain percentages. Beast Boy starts using more than 10% of his brain in an effort to find hidden messages in a puzzle. Teen Titans Go is a very polarizing show, so whether or not this will be received well is up in the air. Probably not, since a lot of people don't like the show. We also have Uncle Grandpa, Uncle Greedpa, which is Uncle Grandpa is in need of some extra cash, so he starts charging for his services, which is kind of against the character from what I understand, but at least they're doing something with the show. I can at least say that. Yeah, once again, Uncle Grandpa, don't watch it. I feel like they're trying to rush its conclusion a little bit so that they can make room for other shows, because it isn't the most well-received show. It's had a polarizing past, even though it has apparently picked up. We also have on Saturday, we have Bunsen is a Beast, Mikey Placation, and The Case of the Cold Case. To make time for their band, Bunsen clones Mikey so his clones can run all his after-school activities and clubs. And then Mikey and Bunsen go into detective mode after Commander Cone is framed for stealing Amanda's phone case. Yeah, I haven't watched Bunsen is a Beast yet. I've been planning to because it is made by Butch Hartman. He does put a level of quality into all his cartoons, whether they be silly or not. So Bunsen is a Beast is one of the shows that I will check out eventually, but I'm just kind of busy at the moment. As for that, sounds like the watered down, like this is a show for kids. You have to remember that sometimes, even though adults will probably get enjoyment out of it. So yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Bunsen is a Beast is one of the shows I haven't watched, even though it is a modern cartoon that's getting a lot of attention. But what can you really do? Like, I can only watch so many things, and I have to work right now, so. But finally this week, we get SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick's Coupon, and Out of the Picture. Patrick has a coupon for free ice cream, but he has to get to the store if he wants to use it. And then Out of the Picture is Mr. Krabs buys Squidward's art, but to make a profit on his purchase, he will have to get the artist out of the picture. Now, that just sounds like a scummy Mr. Krabs episode, and the first one, like, I hear modern SpongeBob is better, but you always have the doubt in your mind that it isn't going to be entertaining at all, because there have been bad episodes. Like, it really devolved in quality for a long time, so by having this, you actually have... They've had good episodes recently, so something like Patrick's Coupon, which would have made me nervous in the past, I'm just kind of like, it could be good. I'm not completely over how, like, you felt like you always got bad episodes with Patrick in the past, but at the same time, I feel like I am judging a bit harshly on the show sometimes, so give it a shot. If you like SpongeBob SquarePants, especially modern SpongeBob, you'll probably enjoy it. And Steven Hillenburg's back on the show, so it does have its creator back, and that rarely happens. But that is all for updates for this week. TV shows are premiering all their summer stuff right now. Summer is a good time to premiere a lot of TV shows because kids watch a lot. But what doesn't really follow that schedule is movies. We had Captain Underpants open last time I was talking, but this time we're getting Cars 3, which is exceptionally polarizing to some people because a lot of people didn't like Cars 2. Like, I know Cars was seen as a lesser film, but Cars 2 is considered the worst of... Well, honestly, it's just the worst thing that Pixar ever made. So, there is that doubt in your mind when you hear that there's a third movie, although it seems to be a return to form. Whether or not they can do anything with that return to form is up in the air, but I digress. Cars 3, the trailer looks really promising. It actually makes me excited for it, which is something that I couldn't say in the past. No, I think that'll turn out fine. I think it will be well received. I think it will be seen as a good movie. So, although I do have my doubts about it, I don't think they're so glaring that I can't look past them. Cars 3, yeah, just that trailer, I remember looking at it, they've dropped the whole spy thing. I don't really know why they went the spy route, but they did, and it's over now, so we're here at Cars 3, the third installment in the Cars franchise, which is kind of a weird thing to say, honestly, because Cars, my brother really liked, and I watched it quite a bit, but I wouldn't say it was my favorite at all. Like, I wouldn't even say it was close to my favorite, but at the same time, it's not a bad movie, so what can you do? I think personally that Cars 3 will be good. It might be the Pixar quality that we're used to. But yeah, there isn't much to say about Cars. Other things I have more to say on. Cars 3 premieres this weekend. Now, of course, we have a couple more things I wanted to talk about here, now that we're kind of in the main segment. I don't really have anything as big as the Emoji Movie or Samurai Jack ending, but like, there are some things I can talk about here. Most notably would be Steven Universe Wanted, which aired literally right after I had that video published. Now, the problem with that is I actually have not gotten all of Steven Universe Wanted yet. And I know that sounds insane, because why wouldn't I have it yet? I live in Canada. I literally just do not get these things when everyone else gets them. So there's a lot of anger I have with that I've been spoiled on a few things. It makes me kind of mad that usually I get Steven Universe the week of or the week after, but it was a good 2 weeks before I got anything. So yeah, it's a little upsetting that I couldn't enjoy Steven Universe when everyone else was enjoying it. But what can you do? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just, Steven Universe is one of those shows that I really enjoy, but it leaks so often. I don't remember another show that leaks like this show does. I don't know if it's just the way Cartoon Network uploads it, because like I compare it to like Disney shows like Star Wars Rebels or Gravity Falls or Star vs. Forces of Evil. We don't get leaks for those, but the moment something's out, I actually cannot stop myself from getting a spoiler for it, which kind of sucks, but I have to put up with it. I have to deal with that. So, Steven Universe Wanted, I do have the first 2 episodes finally. I actually got them yesterday. I'm recording this on the Thursday. I did get to watch Stuck Together in the Trial, and I don't watch these illegally online or anything. I buy the iTunes season and wait for that to come out, and it hampers me sometimes, but not most of the time. With this, it was, so far I do enjoy it quite a bit. I like the 2 episodes that came out. I think I got the most spoilers for probably the trial, but everything else I'm pretty safe on. Now, what really did get to me though, was Steven Universe Wanted is really, really good. Like, I think the reasoning they did it in this format is pretty simple to figure it out. It's like a Stephen Baum if a Stephen Baum was missing that final episode. Like, it's 4 episodes. They probably wanted to do a season premiere Stephen Baum, but weren't able to. So we're stuck with just Steven Universe Wanted as it is, because I feel like this could have been a really good Stephen Baum, but it's interesting that they're capable of moving away from the Stephen Baum format. I think that's really interesting. Because, yeah, I like Stephen Baums, but I don't always think they're the best thing in the world. I think that sometimes they are a bit flawed, but what can I say? Steven Universe Wanted, I really liked seeing the diamonds. I really liked seeing everything that occurred during it. I think my favorite part, I probably liked Stuck Together a bit more than the trial. So far, I'm not sure what I'll like about Off Colors or Lars's Head. I got a few spoilers for that, but not as much as the trial. I think the trial was the one that really got the most spoilers from me. Just because of context, and people will just put clips from the episode online without any real care for what happens. No, my thoughts on Steven Universe right now are we in the last season or not? Like, I don't know, there's so many questions I have left, but at the same time, I don't want this to drag on. I feel like Steven Universe could easily pull in Adventure Time and kind of go bad for a little while, but I think a lot of people didn't like Season 4 that much. We're going to get a little bit of a dead zone, and I hope people are aware of that, because we're not going to get anything as big as this for a little while. This is how the show works. The show works by having big episodes in Stephen Baum formats or special format, and then you get your regular, I'm not going to say filler episodes, but in that vein, they're not as important to the plot. So yeah, Steven Universe Wanted, I'm probably going to talk about that more when I get the entire thing, but I can just say it had a strong opening. My favorite episode was Stuck Together, in case you're wondering, and I think that Season 5 will finally give us a lot of answers. I want to see White Diamond. That's one thing I'm shocked about not seeing, was White Diamond, or whatever she's called, but if they're keeping her secret, there's more to her than just being the final boss, I think. I think there's going to be some questions there. Like, we have a lot of questions right now about who killed Pink Diamond? Who shattered Pink Diamond? Like, I think it was still Rose, but now we know that Rose had an accomplice, which is a little startling. It's like, wow, Rose Quartz had help with this. It wasn't just Rose on her own will, or maybe she didn't. Like, the thing is, we get conflicting information on Steven Universe right now. Did Rose shatter Pink Diamond? Well, Eyeball saw her, but Bismuth said that Rose wouldn't do that because Rose poofed in both Bismuth because of that, and there are so many questions left unanswered about this, and hopefully we get our answers soon, because I think a lot of people don't really have patience for the Beach City episodes we got in Season 4. I think it was the hiatuses after that Summer of Steven, which, by the way, are they going to do another Summer of Steven? That is a good question. I wouldn't mind that. I personally would be perfectly fine if we had another big event where we had an episode every night. Fine. I do not care at all. That sounds fun to me. But, yeah, I think I'm going to talk more about Steven Universe when I do have episodes. I think it's a lot more... I think a lot of the talk for that has died down by this point, because, like I said, I'm getting these episodes way later than I should be, so people have already had their discussions on these. People already know, they already have theories, so what I'm just going to do is probably move on to something a bit more speculative, which is, we now have a trailer for Star Wars vs. Evil. Now, it's been confirmed that it comes back in the fall. Star is going to premiere this fall. They're just having a movie this summer that is called The Battle for Mewni, which is basically, they said it's the first 4 episodes, so I don't know if it's going to be like the Wanted special we just had, where it's it's 2 hours? Like, is it going to be just like the first couple episodes of the season, or are we going to get a full-on like movie that just is built up of those first 4 episodes? I'm wondering, is it going to be more of a Gravity Falls situation where we have a variety of things? Like we have these episodes, or I think the best way to put it, is it going to be like Weird Mageddon Part 3 where they had to split it up for TV? They actually had to say, okay, no, we have to split this up. We have to, how would I put this? So when Gravity Falls airs its last episode, it's one episode. The final episode where it's, that Weird Mageddon Part 3, Take Back the Falls, but they split it up for TV into 2 episodes. So I'm wondering, is this going to be a full-on movie, or are we just going to get something like that, where it's just a couple episodes jammed together and treated like a movie? Because when Star Wars The Clone Wars premiered and they did that, it was not received well. That movie is not good. Individually, they're decent episodes, not a strong opening, but here's the thing. When you have a big event like that, you can't really, you can't just sit there and do whatever you want with it. You actually have to time everything right. Because, like, I mean, what am I trying to say here? Like, I don't know how to word this, is the problem here. I think a lot of people are catching on, though. The thing is, I don't want this to be poorly paced. I don't want it to be just a bunch of episodes treated like a movie. Like, I actually want a movie from it, but if it's a bunch of episodes like the Wanted special, I'll be fine with that. I think they'll flow together nicely, but I'm not sure what we're going to get from here, because we could get a flashback episode. We could get a full-on battle for Mewni, and then everything's going to go back to the status quo. I really do not want this show to go back to the status quo. I want it to stay, I actually really was happy when it broke the status quo and it decided, okay, we're going to not have everything be fine now. Not everything's good anymore. There are problems. So I'm hoping that what they do with this is they keep the status quo broken, so we have a new status quo almost. Because I do not feel like I'll be happy or pleased if we just have, okay, you know how we just, like, sent Star to Mewni, she's just gonna go right back to Earth and we're gonna resume where we left off. I don't want that. I do not want that, and I hope it doesn't happen that way. Now, Star, it really picked up in the last season. The last half of the last season, it really picked up in quality, and I think a lot of people noticed it. A lot of people are comparing it to Steven Universe. Like, I remember when it first came out, it was kind of, oh, this is going to be our follow-up to Gravity Falls. This is going to replace that hole in your heart for Gravity Falls. It didn't really do that, but now I can see it doing that. I can see Star actually taking the role that Gravity Falls left behind. It's competing with Steven Universe. Like, I remember when Gravity Falls ended, a lot of the fandom moved to Steven Universe, and they moved to Star vs. Force of Evil. And a lot of the fandom had come from things like Adventure Time and stuff like that. So when I look at this thing, I think Star is finally, for a lot of people, just getting to that point where it's delivering what they wanted initially. So we now have a movie on the way, which is new. It's interesting to see this, because we don't often see a full-blown movie for a TV series. I'm hoping it's a movie. I'm hoping it's a movie, but at the same time, what do we consider a movie from Disney Channel? Because it's 2 hours long. I'm thinking it's going to actually be a bunch of episodes, because if you have a full-blown movie, I think it was something like Tangled Before Ever After. Tangled Before Ever After was an hour long, which puts it roughly 2.5 episodes. Like, that thing's 55 minutes long. It's not just movie length. It's not just 44 minutes. No, that thing is almost 2 hours. So I can see it happening that way, where it's okay, this is going to be our series, this is going to be our movie, but at the same time, I'm also looking at this and I'm saying, okay, this could also just mean it's just those episodes. I'm fine either way, honestly. If it's just a bunch of episodes, as long as they flow together nicely, I don't think I'll care. Now, as to what will happen here, that's a little more vague. You hear a narration from Moon, so is it a flashback? Is it giving us the history of Mewni and how it came to be like divided like this, where you have monsters and then you have like these humans? Is it going to give us that backstory? Are we going to see Queen Moon in action? Are we going to learn more about Toffee? Are we going to... There's so many questions about it, but I don't know how to answer anything because it's kind of vague. It's kind of a mystery right now, which is really enticing. I'm glad that it's not a clear-cut answer for once. Now, past that though, like, we have Star Wars Force of Evil, and it premieres this fall. I think they're gonna start advertising DuckTales when that happens, and I think that we're going to, I don't know, I'm wondering when DuckTales will premiere, because it was promised for summer, but we haven't gotten really any footage or news about it. What we have gotten instead, like, something that we have gotten instead, actually, that I might want to talk about here, is there's actually a new Spiderman TV series coming out, which has gotten advertisement for it. There is... I did see a clip from it, and oh my, there are some mixed thoughts on that. So, yeah, we have a couple of series that a lot of people are excited for. You look at the DuckTales reboot and you say, okay, what do we have here? We have good voice acting so far. I like the voice actors. We have a lot of, a really nice art style that really, caters towards the comic book popularity of Donald Duck. And then we have, what else is premiering this summer? We get, Disney is doing some interesting stuff. Like Tangled, the series, I think, looks really interesting. I think a number of these series are going to carry some weight. But this new Spider-Man TV series, I don't know how many people have seen the little clip that was shown, but my god, does it look kind of ugly. Not ugly, no, what am I looking for here? The animation looks unfinished on this thing. Like, the designs are really nice. I like the colors they used, but like the way the characters move and the backgrounds and everything, it looks unfinished. It stylized itself in such a way that it looks unfinished, and I don't know, it's like, looking at all the stuff that Disney XD has been producing lately, this is really odd. Like, the designs remind me of Voltron for some reason, like that new Netflix series. But the animation is just so choppy and jarring that I'm just kind of looking at it and I'm just like, what? This can't be like the final product, right? I guess it like, the movement looks nice, the voice acting isn't too bad, but I don't know, like, Spider-Man has had so many TV series. I guess, like, going for a unique look is really important. You want to stand out from the crowd. So, looking at this thing, it doesn't look nice. It looks uncanny, and I don't know how else to put it. It's just uncanny. Like, watch it for yourself. Disney XD's Spider-Man coming in 2017. There's a clip uploaded upline with him fighting the Scorpion. A really good design for the Scorpion. I like the way that he's wearing kind of the early costume. I like some of the stuff going into this, but go look for yourself at what this is doing, because the Spider-Man TV series is just odd. I don't really know how to put it. It's just unfinished looking. Like, you'll know what I'm talking about the moment you watch this. If you are a fan of Spider-Man, if you like Spectacular Spider-Man, or if you just like animation and stuff, check this out, because, and just like tell me what you think, because I can't be the only one looking at this thing going, okay, there is something wrong with this. There is something uncanny. There is something messed up with this entire thing. So, yeah, I'm just feeling like Spider-Man's new TV series may be a bit polarizing. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those cases where I just have to get used to the animation. For example, I did not like Steven Universe's animation when it first premiered. But that's one of my favorite things about the show. I didn't like the way, like, not animation, the style that Steven Universe was done, and, like, the way they draw noses and stuff like that was a little uncanny for me at first, but the moment I looked past that, I was fine. But maybe this is a similar case, or maybe there is some merit to what I'm saying and thinking here, because, yeah, no, I can't be the only one who sees this as odd and weird. I personally like Spider-Man. I was never really into superheroes as a kid that much. Like, I did like superheroes. Like, I remember watching some shows with them, but I never read comic books. I never did anything with that, so I don't really have an attachment to the character per se. My favorite superhero show is Spectacular Spider-Man, which is a pretty good choice, honestly. Actually, probably, yeah, that or Teen Titans would probably get you a lot of, okay, you have good taste in animation, but I don't know, like, there are things I like about this new series. I like how they're not going to have him have the super suit in the first episode. I like how he's probably going to go through a couple episodes and build the suit over time. But I don't know, it doesn't feel as natural as Spectacular did. I remember in Spectacular Spider-Man just laughing a lot at his quips. Here they feel a little forced in. Like, I remember Spider-Man's quips would come alongside his own, like, thoughts and his own inner monologue. He wasn't always saying things out loud. Like, the way they'd switch between that, you always knew what was happening, whether he was saying something out loud or not, just by the way he talked, his tone of voice. So the voice actor for that Peter Parker I really liked, and I think I'm kind of judging this new Peter Parker based off that. I don't really want to, but I am. And I think that's something that happens with anything. You're going to judge it against its counterpart. So here, Spider-Man, it's just, I don't know, I'll give it a shot, probably. It's coming this summer. It didn't really get the announcement way ahead of time, and I haven't seen anything about it being renewed for a second season before it premieres. Like, DuckTales got renewed for a second season before it premiered. I think Big Hero 6 already got renewed for a second season before it premiered. And I think Entangled, the series, did too. So normally Disney XD is really good at picking out when a series is going to be successful. They did it with Star. They did it with Star Wars Rebels. They know when success is coming along the road, and they kind of give their shows time to build an audience. I find that's a difference between Disney Channel and Nickelodeon that I really like. Is I don't really like the SpongeBob treatment that they give like Harvey Beaks or any of their other shows, that if it's not as popular as SpongeBob right away, it's not worth their time. I think Disney XD is really good at giving time for its shows to grow. Like, I don't know, Disney XD is kind of hitting that golden era of animation right now. There are a lot of good shows on Disney XD right now, and I feel weird saying that because you don't really hear people talk, oh yeah, that's such a good channel, Disney XD. Like, you'll hear Disney Channel is decent sometimes, but I've never heard anyone specifically single out Disney XD saying, okay, this is quality, this is what you want to look for. No, I haven't really heard that. But yeah, like, I know DuckTales is coming out this summer, and if this is premiering soon, this is the first I've heard of it, and it's coming this summer. I heard about DuckTales last year. I heard about Big Hero 6 last year. Speaking of Big Hero 6, actually, that is made by the creators of Kim Possible. They're doing the Big Hero 6 series, so now I'm looking forward to that. Before I was like, okay, Big Hero 6 would really work in a TV show format. I think that's a perfect place for it to work, but now I'm really excited for this because Kim Possible is one of those better shows from Disney Channel, the original, like, and having the creators behind a Disney movie property just makes sense to me. Like, Kim Possible was good enough that fans demanded another season, and they got it. And yeah, just that has me excited. I really like the staff behind DuckTales 2017, and Tangled, the series, has just blown me away. So I feel like we're going to be getting some really good TV shows this year, but Spider-Man was not advertised ahead of time. Now, I remember I didn't really hear about Gravity Falls before it came out, so I'm not going to jump to conclusions because this whole event, announcing the series way in advance, building up hype for it, I think that only really started to gain traction when Adventure Time came out, and a lot more when Gravity Falls came out, because suddenly, like, people will tune in every week, and they'll tune in after a long hiatus. Like, Gravity Falls did a lot to change the landscape of animation, and I think one of the ways it did was with the way we announce series now, because I remember watching the Comic-Con panels and seeing the theme song for Star vs. the Forces of Evil. That was the first time I heard about a series before it premiered. Like, usually you see advertisement a couple weeks, a month or two before the show comes out, but now we're announcing our series way in ahead of time, and now we get the trailer a couple months later. Like, we had a DuckTales trailer that came out with Tangled Before Ever After movie, but now with online media, the way things have shifted, I think Gravity Falls was the right place, right time for changing this, because we're moving into more of a digital platform, and I think Gravity Falls found a lot of success with its Comic-Con panels. I think it found a lot of success with its trailers online. So now we have a very different landscape for advertising things. So yeah, like, so far I've seen Tangled the series. Tangled the series made me hopeful for Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 now has really a good staff behind it. So I don't know, I'm kind of excited. I think I was excited before, but now I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's have Big Hero 6 the series. Let's have it premiere. Let's have it be good. Give it some support. But at the same time, I'm just I'm looking at the Spider-Man series, and I don't want to judge it based off the fact that it wasn't getting the DuckTales treatment or the announcement that Big Hero 6 the series got or anything like that. Just the fact that it came out of the blue, I don't want to judge it based on that. But this trailer that I just saw, that honestly I watched a couple days after, it didn't really create buzz or anything. It's there, it exists. I can't really say much more than that. I don't know. Big Hero 6, the series. Let's see what Big Hero 6 does. Actually, I'm talking about Spider-Man. Why am I talking about Big Hero 6? I think Big Hero 6 will find success, but Spider-Man, I don't know, like, I didn't really watch Ultimate Spider-Man, but I know it went off the rails really quickly, so. But this one seems a bit more plot-based. It seems like it'll be continuity-based, like Spectacular, and then it looks like it'll have a whole bunch of these great elements, but then there's the animation, and it's really just the way it looks that's throwing me off and making me a little apprehensive about this. So we'll see what happens with this. Well, we'll see. But actually, I went through most of the stuff I wanted to talk about. Only thing I have left on my main topics is Captain Underpants. The movie came out last week, and well, lo and behold, it has really good ratings. Like, really good actually, and it's kind of surprising. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking it would be bad, but really good ratings. Like, and it opened up against Wonder Woman, so how much money it will make is up in the air. But critics seem to like it, which is surprising since it seems like a toilet humor kind of movie. Um, and yeah, what else can I say? It's just Captain Underpants. I'm going to go see that as soon as I can. I just had my cousin was graduating, so you can't really do anything when you have a big event to go to. My cousin graduated. That's done now. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in the last couple weeks. I saw, and I'm planning on things like planning to watch you know, oh, I'm just planning to watch Captain Underpants. I'm not really a big Wonder Woman fan, but I think I'll go see it. Now I'm just like, I don't know. But yeah, Captain Underpants I'm gonna go see now. I got some of my secondary opinions, and they said go watch it. They said they enjoyed it, and they explained reasons why they enjoyed it, and there's some of the reasons that I'd go see something. So I'm probably gonna head out and watch that, and I'll probably talk about it when I do watch it. But as for anything else, what else can I think of for animation here? Let's see. I think that yeah, say like I thought I'd be talking about Steven Universe Wanted a bit longer, but because I talked about it so much last time, I was stammering a bit more last time. I think I'm a bit more confident with this, but yeah, let's see. Well, I'll say I'd seen the last 2 days for animation news. Like I know DuckTales is kind of the next big premiere. We're not sure if we're getting a Summer of Steven. That's on hiatus right now. But it kind of aired its Into Deep arc last time this year. So for all we know, we are getting a season 5 and a season 6. Actually, that's a good question. Are we gonna get season 6 of Steven Universe? Because I think they could easily wrap it up nicely in what they're doing right now. But hey, what Steven Universe is kind of just one of those shows that kind of built up an audience over time, and we're suddenly here now. We have 5 seasons right now. Jeez, it's just I can't believe how far it's come, Steven Universe, because I still remember hearing about it the first time I watched. How did I even get into Steven Universe? I think I just tried it out. That was honestly what happened to Steven Universe. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try out the series because I heard good things about it, but I forget. I remember. So I watch Channel Awesome and Doug Walker and Nostalgia Critic all the time, and I used to watch their Adventure Time vlogs, and they went on hiatus with those, and they started watching Steven Universe for a little bit there. I started watching Steven Universe at the same time because I bought Volume 1 when I saw that because I like Doug and Rob, and they're one of the opinions that I do listen to because I think they're really entertaining. But yeah, I remember watching Steven Universe, and I wasn't really expecting to get into it as much as I am now. So yeah, the fact that it's getting close to a conclusion is a little jarring because I kind of just got into it out of nowhere. Like I said, my first episode that I watched live was it was what was it, Keystone Motel. So I was in the friendship arc when it happened, kind of out of the blue there, but yeah, Steven Universe caught me off guard. It wasn't like Adventure Time where I'd been watching Adventure Time for years before that. Like, I used to watch live Adventure Time episodes premiering on TV, but not really anymore. Now I kind of just wait for, I don't really get TV out in the city when I'm at school, so I just buy the volumes on iTunes and I watch Adventure Time when it comes out. Adventure Time Elements came out, and I just found out the other day we're in season 9. Like, I did not realize that because for me, Elements was advertised kind of as season 8, and it was listed as part of season 8, but now I know for sure we're in our last season of Adventure Time. Just think about that for a minute. Like, it's that close to its finale. Like, I don't think it'll come back until the fall. I think it ends in 2018. That's when it's planned. So they finished their recordings a couple months ago, so we're kind of just waiting for episodes to end. There's not much they can tackle still. I think they're going to tackle the whole Jake is a shapeshifter arc, and then they're going to, I don't know, just leave it be. I don't know, what do people want for a finale for Adventure Time? I have no idea. Like, how do I want Adventure Time to end? I don't know. I guess some nice fan service? I don't know. Just do stuff that we've always wanted to see. Like, but what is there left? Because Finn lost his arm again. We found out who Finn's mother is. I hope we see her again before the finale. Yeah, I can't really think of anything I'm just, like, dying to know from Adventure Time. I really can't at this moment. I'm just kind of just... Adventure Time is one of those series that you don't really expect to end. You don't really... It's the end of an era. Like, we're really coming to a close on the 2010s. Like, all the series that premiered in the 2010s are nearing their conclusion, and it's a little scary to think about because we've lived with, like, I grew up with terrible, obscure Canadian cartoons. If you ever want to know about Canadian cartoons, let me know, because I know some weird stuff that I grew up with, like things like Spider Riders and weird things like What's with Andy, or actually some decent stuff like Detention Air and Delilah and Julius, which had, if you want to know about bad animation, just ask me. I can talk about Canadian animation. It can get horrendous at times. Yeah, but Adventure Time is... The conclusion is, I hope they don't rush it out the door like they did with regular show. I feel like that would just be kind of a shame, because I think Adventure Time has really had such a profound effect on people. But yeah, it's just... Adventure Time. No, I can't really think of ways I'd end Adventure Time, really. It's just like, I have concepts in my mind, like, oh, you know, it'd be fun if they fought, like, I know they're gonna probably meet Prismo again. Prismo is probably gonna be in it, the Lich, all those guys, but I don't really know. There are lots of ways they could end it, and I think they're gonna give it at least a decent... Maybe we'll get a movie. Maybe that'll be how it ends. That'll be interesting. I don't know. How would you guys feel about a movie? Like, I know they were talking about an Adventure Time movie being in the works, but I don't know. Could be fun. I think we're gonna get a lot of like those people that don't really talk about event. You know what I noticed with regular show when it ended? When regular show ended, a lot of people just came out of the woodworks. Oh, I'm a fan of regular show now. I'm like, when? Like, I've been watching regular show for quite a while, but there were people that were like, oh, it meant so much to me and all that, but you never heard them talk about it or do anything regarding it. I don't know. No, Adventure Time ending is probably gonna cause, like, just be wary. When that finale premieres, you're going to see everyone online saying Adventure Time was such a good series, they shouldn't have ended it. I'm gonna say it here now, Adventure Time needed to come to a conclusion. It needed to come to a nice, decent conclusion that never really just, it needed to happen. That's the thing. A lot of people are going to complain that something didn't. Adventure Time is getting a proper conclusion. It's not like Invader Zim or one of those other series that hit a wall and just stopped being good. No, I think Adventure Time will be remembered as that series that had that big effect on a lot of people. But, yeah, I'm just at the end of this. What can I say? Adventure Time's ending, spectacular new Spider-Man series on TV. Steven Universe Wanted ended. You have the Star vs. Forces of Evil, Battle for Mewni. There's a lot of stuff happening right now, and this summer is probably going to be really fun for animation. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we don't really get any duds. I hope the DuckTales series is good. I hope. You can say it all you want, but isn't really anything to it. I don't know. I do not know. I don't know what to talk about. There wasn't much this week, honestly. Last 2 weeks, Steven Universe Wanted was the big thing, but I haven't seen it all yet, and it sucks. I really do not like that about my airing schedule that I get, because really, I get Steven Universe Wanted this late. It's stupid when you get something so late, and then everyone's talking about it. I'm gonna have so much stuff to catch up on YouTube, just once it's over. I'm just, ugh. But yeah, I guess I'll just stop talking here. I don't know. I do not know what to say. I'm kind of out of things to say. I don't know, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I kind of like making these, but not too much. I don't know, it's fun. You get to play some Warcraft and then just talk about cartoons over it. It takes forever to record though. The rendering time for this, you would not believe. Trust me, you would not believe the rendering time I have to go through for these things because the Wi-Fi in my house is so bad. But yeah, I think I'll just end it there. Let me know what you think of these things in the comments down below, and check out that new Spider-Man series. Like, really do, because I think, I don't know, I want a second opinion on that. Go watch the trailer and let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I'd really like to know. But that's all I have to say. See you next time, and bye.